this episode, we're going to focus on security awareness as a set of everyday habits, not a once-a-year training slide deck. Beginners often hear the phrase security awareness and think it means memorizing rules or learning scary stories about hackers. Real risk reduction comes from small behaviors repeated consistently across teams, especially in moments when people are rushed, distracted, or unsure. Most security incidents are not caused by a single spectacular technical failure. They are caused by ordinary actions taken in an environment where attackers know how to exploit trust, routine, and convenience. Awareness habits help people slow down at the right moments, recognize common traps, and choose safer actions without needing deep technical knowledge. Our goal is to identify the habits that matter most, why they work, and how teams can adopt them in a way that supports productivity instead of fighting it. Before we continue, a quick note. This audio course is a companion to our course companion books. The first book is about the exam and provides detailed information on how to pass it best. The second book is a Kindle-only ebook that contains 1,000 flashcards that can be used on your mobile device or Kindle. Check them both out at Cyber.Author.me in the Bare Metal Study Guide series. A foundational habit is verifying identity and intent before acting on requests that involve access, money, or sensitive information. Attackers often use social engineering to impersonate someone with authority or urgency, such as a manager, a vendor, or a support team. They rely on the fact that many workplaces reward quick responsiveness. A good habit is to treat unusual requests as a cue to verify through an independent channel. Independent channel means not replying directly to the suspicious message, but instead contacting the person or organization through a known, trusted method. This habit breaks many common scams because the attacker's power comes from controlling the communication channel. When you switch channels, you take that power away. For beginners, the key idea is that verification is not paranoia. It is a normal safety step for high-impact actions, like confirming a wire transfer or confirming an access change. Another major habit is cautious link and attachment handling, because phishing remains one of the most common entry points. The habit is not simply do not click anything, which is unrealistic. The habit is to pause and examine context. Does the message match the sender's usual style? Is the request expected? Is the timing unusual? Does the link destination make sense for the organization? Phishing often uses small visual tricks, like lookalike domains or misleading button text. A safer habit is to navigate to services through trusted bookmarks or known portals rather than through emailed links, especially for logins. If a message claims you need to sign in urgently, that is a classic manipulation technique. The habit is to independently open the site you normally use and check whether any legitimate notification exists there. This reduces credential theft risk by avoiding fake login pages designed to capture passwords and tokens. Password and authentication habits matter, but the beginner focus should be on practical behaviors rather than complex rules. Using a password manager helps because it generates unique passwords and reduces reuse across sites. Password reuse is dangerous because attackers often take passwords from one breach and try them elsewhere, a technique known as credential stuffing. Multi-factor authentication adds protection, but awareness habits still matter because attackers may attempt to trick users into approving unexpected prompts. A strong habit is to treat unexpected authentication prompts as warnings. If you receive a prompt you did not initiate, do not approve it. Instead, report it and reset the situation. This habit matters because some attackers try to create prompt fatigue by sending repeated requests until a user clicks approve just to make it stop. Awareness training should frame authentication prompts as security events, not inconveniences. Safe data handling habits are also essential, especially in cloud and SaaS workflows where sharing is easy. A practical habit is to assume that sharing settings are part of security, not an afterthought. Before sharing a file or folder, check who will have access and whether external access is required. Use the minimum sharing scope needed, such as specific people rather than broad links. Another habit is to recognize that data sensitivity matters. Teams should know what types of data are considered sensitive, such as personal data, financial information, or internal-only plans, and they should treat those data types with extra care. This does not require memorizing legal regulations. It requires understanding what would cause harm if exposed. If you can name the likely harm, you can treat the data accordingly. Awareness habits reduce risk by making safer, sharing the default behavior rather than a special exception. Device habits also reduce risk across teams, and they are especially important in remote or hybrid work. A simple habit is to keep devices updated and to restart when updates are applied, because updates often close known vulnerabilities. Another habit is to lock screens when stepping away, even for a short time, to prevent casual access by unauthorized people. Using only approved devices for sensitive work is another key behavior, because unmanaged devices may lack security controls and monitoring. People sometimes view these habits as inconvenient, but they are foundational because attackers often exploit the easiest path. If a laptop is unpatched or left unlocked, the attacker does not need advanced skills. Awareness training should connect these habits to real-world consequences in plain language. Updates close known holes, and screen locks protect sessions and data from opportunistic access. Reporting habits are often overlooked, but they are among the highest impact behaviors in an organization. Many incidents become larger because early warning signs were ignored or hidden. A healthy habit is to report suspicious messages, unusual prompts, lost devices, or accidental data sharing quickly, even if you are not sure it is serious. The goal is not to punish people for reporting. The goal is to create a fast feedback loop where security teams can investigate and respond early. Beginners should understand that reporting is a protective behavior. It is like telling someone you saw smoke before it becomes a fire. Organizations should make reporting easy, with clear channels and supportive responses. When reporting feels safe, people do it more, and risk decreases across the board. Awareness habits must be reinforced by team workflows, because individual behavior is shaped by the environment. If a process demands speed without checks, people will skip caution. For example, if a finance process allows wire transfers based on email requests alone, attackers will exploit it. A better workflow includes verification steps and approvals built into the process. This ties back to shared responsibility. Security awareness is not only training people to be careful, it is designing workflows that make the safe choice the easy choice. When safe workflows exist, people do not have to rely on memory or willpower. The process itself reduces risk. Beginners should see this as an important principle. Awareness is most effective when paired with structural guardrails. It is also important to address a misconception. Security awareness does not mean treating all employees as potential problems. It means treating them as part of a defense. Awareness programs succeed when they respect people's time and focus on realistic behaviors. Overly technical training can confuse beginners and lead to disengagement. Overly punitive programs can create fear and underreporting. The best approach emphasizes practical habits, clear examples, and a supportive culture. It also acknowledges that mistakes happen. The goal is not perfect behavior. The goal is reducing the frequency and impact of mistakes by improving recognition and response. When teams feel respected and empowered, they adopt habits more consistently. Another high-value habit is recognizing urgency and emotional manipulation as red flags. Attackers often create pressure, such as claiming an account will be locked, a payment is overdue, or a manager needs something immediately. They may also use curiosity, fear, or reward, such as promising a bonus or warning of punishment. Awareness means noticing these emotional cues and treating them as reasons to slow down. A simple mental check is to ask, what is the cost of pausing for 2 minutes to verify? In most cases, the cost is small, but the security benefit is large. This habit helps across many scenarios, from phishing to fraud to data sharing mistakes. It is not about being suspicious of everyone. It is about recognizing when the situation is designed to bypass your normal judgment. By the end of this lesson, you should see security awareness as a set of repeatable habits that reduce real risk across teams. Verify unusual requests through independent channels, handle links and attachments cautiously, treat unexpected authentication prompts as warning signs, share data intentionally with minimum scope, keep devices updated and locked, and report suspicious activity quickly. These habits work best when supported by workflows that include verification steps and guardrails, and by a culture that encourages reporting without blame. The decision rule to remember is this: whenever an action involves access, sensitive data, or irreversible impact, pause to verify and choose the safest available path before you proceed.
Thanks for listening. For more audio courses, daily newsletters, and more, please visit baremetalcyber.com.